I'm sorry I missed Sunday, y'all. How are y'all doing? I hope you're doing well. Okay, let's get everything up and working here. There we go. All right. I'm gonna knock that over. So how's everything going? No, why it's not. Oh, well. Okay, there it goes. All right, so we're gonna be doing the Happy Easter tonight. I'm excited. I've been looking forward to this one. So I actually designed this because I found this ribbon. Look at that ribbon with the cute little bunny with the carrots in the back. So that's what we're doing. Oh, and I have to show y'all. I just got on these new signs. I got 2 new signs from Rachel we're going to be doing soon. So one is for Mardi Gras and the other is for St. Patrick's. Aren't those cute? Okay. Alright, so I've cut 8. We're going to cut 1 more and then we'll get started. And I am cutting these at 30 inches. Okay. I love this snow drift stuff, but boy, does it make a mess on you. You get that little snow stuff all over you. Yeah. So I'm sorry I missed Sunday. I had a terrible toothache. So it was not great. But I'm good now. So I'm going to open all these up. Oh, and I did list several wreath frames in my shop. I had some requests for some of them. Hello. So y'all doing okay tonight? Okay. So I'm just going to do alternating 30-inch ruffles. But I did want to tell you, I was thinking about it, you could actually do 20-inch ruffles and lay these on top of each other and alternate the colors back and forth. Thank you for the stars. Okay. So the next one we might do that. Because that's fun. We haven't done a double poof in a while either, so we need to do that too. So maybe when I go live on Sunday, we'll either do like a double poof or, oh, thank you for the stars, or something like that. Isn't this pretty? Look at that iridescent in there. Can you see that? I love it. This is like all kinds of pretty, this mesh. It's got iridescent in it, and it has the snowdrift in it. So you just can't beat that. So pretty. Alright, so I do like to spread them out. I like my wreaths really fluffy, so that's why I cut the 30 inches. If you don't want it quite as fluffy, then you could do like 20 inches and it wouldn't be quite as fluffy. Alright, so I'm gonna do the truck and the little daisy together. Now I pulled the green from the little carrots and then the yellow is from the daisy. So that's where these two come in. And it's Easter. You're supposed to have lots of pretty pastel-y colors for Easter, right? You want to see the double poof? Okay, we'll do it. And I like to do it with, you can either do it with 21-inch mesh or 10-inch. So you'll have to look, or we can also do it with one 21-inch and one 10-inch. Let me know what you want to see, and that's what we'll do. Yes, I do ship to Canada and the UK and Australia. I sure do. And if it overcharges you, we always go back and refund. But yeah, I have quite a few who live in Canada and the UK who order stuff from me every month. Okay. Here we go. You see Bella back there on the couch? Look at her. She's just sacked out. Feel like I'm sleeping. I'm busy. All right. Who came on that made the party start now? I know, isn't that blue pretty? I know I have some of this with the daisies in my shop. Some of the different ribbons with the daisies. I love those ribbons around this time of year. I don't know about y'all, but I am already over the cold stuff. It has been so rainy and then windy here that it's not really that cold, but the wind just makes it, and the rain makes it absolutely miserable. Okay. Ooh, don't know what that is. So if you're making your own wreath frame, oh, and I'm going to show y'all how to do that. Maybe we'll do that in the next one. You do 10 on the bottom, 8 on the top. That's kind of the ideal for 14 or 15 inch. I have some blank elevated frames. This is an elevated, you can tell it's an elevated frame because it's above and kind of like this. So a flat frame would go just like flat across, and an elevated frame comes up. So I was going to show y'all how to make the ones that they make, the ones that I use a lot. And I even have some of the stuff to list in my shop. These ties is what I'm talking about. So I don't want it to be hot, but I don't really like it wet and cold either. If it could just stay like fall or spring, that would be that's my favorite. Fall and spring. It's not hot, it's not cold, it's just nice. Right? There's no perfect, but. Oh, Stars is on Facebook. On YouTube, it's called Super Chat. Okay. All right. Yes, 72.75. I agree. That's perfect. Yeah. Of course, it all depends on where you live, right? I live in the south, so we don't really get that cold. But what we get is wet. Wet, wet, wet. We don't even get the benefit of pretty snow, just wet. That's just not as much fun. I mean, don't get me wrong, I don't want a bunch of snow, but A little would be good. Like once a year. So you can see I just pull them apart and then let them ruffle against each other. That's what helps keep them standing up like this. And you will kind of have to refluff a little. You did! You bought the first wreath kit from me today? How exciting! Yes! The bee wreath kit is now available. There's also a bee sign and ribbon set if you don't want the whole kit. And the supplies are mostly here, but there's like one more thing that's coming in, and it should be here either tomorrow or Friday, and then they're going out. Yes. This sign? Right there. Yep. Yes, the humidity. Amen. Humidity in the south is awful. And the bugs. It's not really bad where I'm at, but where I grew up in Georgia, whew, it was hot, humid, and filled with bugs. Thank you. I have a lot of fun making the sign. Oh, we're going to be adding new sign sizes. We will be adding 6 by 12, 5 by 7s, and some ovals. I'm just waiting on supplies. So as you can see, what I like to do is do 2. And the reason I like to do 2 is because I like to go ahead and get them ruffled against each other, and then I'll put the ribbons in and I'll go on to the next set. Yep, we do have wreath forms. They're in the store. We have 3 colors right now, I think. I have some more to list. Just have it. Let me tell y'all, so today I moved my desk because my desk has been like right over here across from where we are, and it is the smallest spot in the whole warehouse. And so everything kept getting laid on my desk, and it's like this small, and it just wasn't working. So I moved my desk, and I was getting my monitor up and pulling it over, and the cord got caught on something, and the whole monitor fell over before I could grab it and smashed my monitor. So yeah, it is toast. Thank the Lord I have backups, because otherwise I'd be very upset. I mean, I was very upset, but it happens. Things happen. But I did get my desk moved. Thank you, Angelic. So, yeah. Is that Share Bear? Yes. I will be doing some sign making stuff on YouTube. Yes, I will. What I share in my design group is more like where I get my supplies, how to actually design it in like CorelDRAW and Photoshop and things like that. Nope, it's an illusion. Very funny. Very funny. Hey, Cherbear, you up for a trip to the North Carolina Sims with me? Because I'm not going to be able to go to the floral show. So today, I got my mom her vaccine. So she has her first, my dad has his first, and I have my first. So I'll be glad when I get them that second one. I don't really worry about me, but my parents, you know, they're 87 and 88. That's, you don't want them to get something like that. Okay, so on this last one, I'm going to ruffle on both sides. So just pull up, ruffle. Z can't come this time, but I'm hoping she'll be at the next one. We got to wait till things calm down a little bit. Each piece of ribbon is cut at 12 inches. And the mesh is cut at 30. We had a little wire coming out there. Okay. I'm going to tell you what, though, when Holly and Tori get in the morning, they're going to be shocked because I've moved all kinds of stuff around. Which I couldn't help it. Yeah, hoping for fall. That's the plan. I haven't figured out where I'm going to have it for fall yet, so... Has to be within driving distance for me so I can take the supplies. But other than that, I'm pretty flexible. So now we're going to start on the top. That was so quiet back there. See how pretty that is with just that little brush of the green and yellow? I love doing stuff like that for like Easter and spring. All these colors are very complementary, and they all will pick up in the sign. So we've got the green, we've got the turquoise. Okay. So we're going to do the same thing on the top, just going to keep making ruffles. If you have trouble making ruffles, one of the best things to do is put a heavy object on the end of it. Woo! I got some of that stuff in my mouth. And then as you are going down, it keeps it from moving back and forth with your hands. Then you just kind of move it along. When you first start making ruffles, it kind of takes a while before you figure out how to move it without the mesh moving like this back and forth. So that really helps a lot. Oh, I see Mama's on. Hey, Sophia and Charlie. Okay. There we go. Okay. So I'm still going to do the same thing up top. I'll put 2 on. When you put the ones on up top, you still want to ruffle out the edges. Okay. But you also want to make sure that it doesn't start squashing the bottom, because sometimes it'll want to do that. Okay, now we can get our little colors up top. got a new printer in and I'm dying to try it out, so I gotta get things moved around so I can set it up. But we get so busy around here, it's hard to set up new things. Okay. Okay, so you see I am cutting these off, and then I just tuck it right under there. So that's what I do with my ties. I get that question a lot. And I do spread out my larger ribbon going in this direction just because there's more room for it. Okay. Ready? This is gonna be pretty. Oh, thank you. You are awesome. Oh my goodness. I am so excited for this next shipment to come in. I have so many pretty ribbons in there. I'm so excited. I can't wait. The only bad thing about being able to sell supplies is that your ribbon addiction really kicks in then. I'm on there way too much looking for new ribbons. There we go. Okay. Put our, oh, there we go. Put our white one on. I didn't know they had only one shot. Well, I think even after you get the 2 shots, I've heard that you have to have boosters after that, but I don't know. They didn't say anything. All I care about is getting my parents protected, so. Yep, mesh is cut at 30 inches and the ribbon at 12. Okay. Ha ha ha. You're sweet, Tammy. The great thing about doing these kits is that when you get them, you get to put your own spin on it. I get so excited watching what other people come up with that's different than what I did. So just remember, when I do these, it's just a possibility. So you can do it any way you want. I just kind of give you different ideas, and then hopefully that'll spark an idea of what you want to do. What's beautiful about it is that we all do things differently. Even if we do the exact same method, they all look different. That's what I love. We all have our own style, and that makes it wonderful and fun. Right? I think so anyways. I think I may have, yes I do. Hold on, I'm going to show you that frame I was talking about. Because right now it's really hard to find frames. And I don't know if y'all know this. It's because California shut down their their piers for a while, for several weeks, and most of the ships that bring our supplies in go into those places in California. I cut the mesh at 30 inches. So all of our supplies kind of was sitting out in the ocean for like 2 or 3 weeks. So everything is way behind. It's also one of the reasons why, well, the vaccines and some of the places having to report and use other things is what's going on with all of our shipping issues. So y'all, if you have ordered something with me and it looks like it's sitting in my warehouse, it's not. It's just that unfortunately the post office is not scanning the boxes because they're so behind, so they're just trucking them through and not scanning them. I know. Aren't you excited? I'm excited about that steampunk. Okay. She didn't start it today, did she? Dang it. I hope she didn't start it today. I wanted to be on when she started that. Okay. One of the designers in my design group is going to be making this amazing steampunk. I'm not even going to say wreath. I'm going to say creation, because that's what it is. And I'm about to die for her to make it. It's going to be a process. Ribbons are at 12 inches. Yeah, so I got this notice. I don't remember which carrier it was from, but it said essentially all carriers have suspended guarantees of shipments. So you know how if you pay for 2-day or overnight or whatever, not one of them, none of them are guaranteeing, which is crazy. How can you keep from having the same color ribbon on top and bottom? You want to change out your ribbon? I'm not really sure I understand the question. I like to alternate mine. It helps you get kind of the consistent look throughout. It's crazy to me because I'm thinking, well, why do I have to pay for second day if you're not going to get it to them in 2 days? It's not like you get to pay less because they're not going to guarantee it. I still have to pay the same to get my supplies here, even though they can't get them to me in 2 days. I pay for 2 or 3 days, but that's not when it comes. But we shall get through this too. I want them to get the vaccines out, so. Was it awesome? Some of them, if you live fairly close to me or there's a good route, they go quick. Otherwise, they kind of drag. So I'm getting this shipment from Illinois, and this is the funniest thing I've ever seen. So they sent it from Illinois to Charlotte, North Carolina, which is like an hour and a half from here. Then they sent it to from Charlotte to Columbia, South Carolina. So that's right where I'm at. And then they turned around and sent it back to North Carolina, and then sent it to Augusta, Georgia. So, go figure. And now they're going to be bringing it to us from Augusta. Never seen anything like that before. Isn't that bizarre? I don't know. I just thought that was crazy. Oh, I love these colors. This is so springy. What's your favorite season to design for, to decorate for? Do you like spring? Do you like summer, fall, or Christmas? Thank you. It is crazy shipping. I've never seen anything like it. It's crazy. Alrighty. So this is the last one we're putting in. Now we'll do our bow. Let me show you the side again. Look how cute that is. Oh, that's cute. I love it. Okay. We're going to do a bow. I see how that little stuff gets everywhere, that little cotton stuff. Christmas, Halloween, yeah, fall. I get my mesh from a wholesaler in Illinois. Ugh. But I tell you what, everybody's so out of mesh and everything right now. It's terrible. I'm just lucky I got some of this. Yeah, steampunk is from the Victorian era. So let's start with the green, because that'll pop. I think we should do, let's do a Lisa bow. So Lisa bow really and truly is a 3-loop bow. I like the 3-loop bow. So we'll do like 9-inch tails. So with the 3-loop bow, what you do is you're going to have 2 loops on one side, 1 loop on the other side with the tails on that side. So that is a 3-loop bow. It's literally just like it sounds. It has 3 loops instead of 4. And the trick to this bow is to alternate the loops. Alright. So we're just doing 6 inches. I am twisting in the middle. So the reason that you twist your ribbon is so you get more height out of your ribbon. That's the whole point of twisting it, because you can certainly make bows without twisting, but it does give a little bit more height. So you can either put your tails both out front, or you can put one on this side and one on this side. Yeah. Okay, so we'll just trim it off. This is so pretty, this color. Alrighty. Then we're going to throw some yellow in there. Okay, so here's the trick. So you have 2 loops on this side, 1 loop on this side. To make the bow come out so that it's nice and even and everything fits together, you will alternate and put your tails on this side. So I just look at where my tails are and I go in the opposite direction. Okay. So we're still sticking with 6 inches. What I like about this bow is that you actually get, it actually looks larger than it is. It's a very good, what I would call, illusion bow. Right, so it gives you the appearance of a lot more of a bow than you actually have. I like that. Okay, this one I'm going to do by hand. The tails are going to go back on this side. So we're just going to pinch here for our tails. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the 0 to the 12 mark on my board. And I'm going to pinch that together, just like this. And I'm going to put it in my hand. Okay? So what we're going to do is we're not going to twist it because it has this pattern. So I just have my tail over here. I can go from the 12 to the 0, and on this side I'm going to pull it across. So I just pull it across. See, my tail's still right here. Okay, and then so on the side where the pretty side is showing, so where the pattern is showing, you go underneath. When the pattern is not showing, you go over. You do not twist it. You do not worry about where it is. You just push it inside your hand just like that. And this is how you do a pattern so that you don't have to worry about it being upside down. All right. So you can see when I flip it around, all of the truck, everything's going in the same direction. If you want your trucks going in the same direction, you actually have to cut it off and put it up under there. There we go. All right, and then our last is going to be this one. All right, so back to this side, because see how we have the tails on this side. Okay. So we're still doing 6 inches. And you see how this works out? So there's 2 loops, 1 loop. 2 loops, 1 loop. And then it all matches up together. It's like a math equation. You have trouble getting the loops the same? Yeah, so if you have trouble getting loops the same when you're doing it by hand, honestly, the trick is to just measure out every loop, okay? So if you're going to do a 6 inch, you go from the 0 to the 12, hold those pieces, pinch them, okay? Then go from where your hand is holding it to the 0 again, and just take your time and measure them out. You can also pull them up like this and put your fingers inside and make sure that they match. Okay, so that's kind of the best way to deal with it if you're having trouble getting your loops the same. So try that and see if that helps you. Mom's doing good. Yep. Thank you. I know I love the truck. Okay. Here we go. I thought I took my zip tie out, but Lord, I don't know what I did with it. Yeah, I heard that too, Belle. It's okay. There's nobody here. Okay. So I'm going to take a zip tie, run it underneath the whole thing. I just have to get it started. Okay. Let's see. Let's do... Do I have any blue in here? There's purple, gold, yellow. I thought I had blue. Let's just use yellow. Alright, so now what I do is I look for that little indentation where the bow maker was, and I just slide this around. I'll put my little pipe cleaner through, like that. I'm going to tighten it as tight as I can. And then I'll hold these 3, and then we're going to start fluffing. So to fluff it, what I'm going to do is start from the bottom. I'm going to take this bottom piece and I'm going to pull and twist. So what I'm doing is getting it, see how it gets all scrunched up right there? Well, when I pull and twist, it pulls it out of that little knot it gets in when I tie it. I don't want it to be in a knot. I want it to be nice and fluffy. So that is why I do that. And you always start from the bottom and work your way up. You can do all of one side or you can go back and forth. I also pull and make sure that my tails are going to go where I want them. So if you have it nice and tight, you can pull on your ribbons. It's not going to hurt them. Okay. We'll see how we have, see how it looks like a much bigger bow than it is? That looks big. That loop looks big. If you ever get where one of your loops looks big, you can pull it. There we go. That's better. Okay. I kind of think this looks almost like a spider to me when you get all the tails out and stuff. You see how cute that is? Alright, so trim that off. Okay. Let's see. Ooh, this is pretty. Look how full that is. Oh, I love these colors. Okay. So now we have many options. Nope, I want this to go on this side. No, I think those are okay. Let's leave those there. Alright, so we can put our bow here and have our sign in the middle. Whoop, there you go. Like that. So the bow's kind of at the bottom. We can put the bow and the sign side by side. We could put the bow in the middle. No, I don't want to put the bow in the middle. So let's either do bottom or side to side. What we like. Thank you. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you, thank you. Yeah. So the 10-inch mesh is cut at 30 inches. The ribbons are cut at 12 inches. There's a 2.5 and a 1.5. Oh, and I want to show you this. Ugh. Now here, this is what I mean. While y'all are thinking about what you want. Okay. This is a flat wreath. Can you see that? So when I put it in my hand, it's flat. See that? This is an elevated wreath. So you see when I put my hand here, see how this top one is elevated over that bottom one? So when you have an elevated wreath, it actually gives you a much larger wreath and you get a lot more definition. So what they use for these wreaths is this. So this is either called, depends on where you get it, but it's either called deco rope or it's called tinsel ties. And so you put the tinsel ties on these elevated frames. Now you know what the difference is. Bottom. Bottom. Looks like bottom's winning. Alright. So let's put our sign in. And then we will put the bow on. Alright, so I like to put my signs on with 26 gauge wire. It's nice and thin, just makes it easier to hide in the wreath. There we go. Bottom is most eye appealing. Well, I think that's what we'll do then. Alright, so I like to put, if I have If I have a sign, okay, that's square like this, I will put it in the 4 corners. If I have a round sign, I tend to just put bottom and top. If I have a sign like this, a lot of times I'll just put bottom and top. It really depends on how I'm going to use it, whether it's horizontal or vertical. I love how shiny these signs are. Awesome. So the elevated frames, you can get them. Sometimes you can get them at Hobby Lobby and places like that. But I'm actually trying to get some in so I can carry them. Because it really is a more economical way to do your own. And I will tell you that these tinsel ties are like so much better than pipe cleaners. So if you see, it's a much thicker wire and it's a lot more to grab onto. And it really works really well if you like to do florals in your wreaths. That works a ton better than pipe cleaners. Thank you. Okay. There we go. Thought for a second there I lost my other wire, but there it was. It was a wayward wire. Okay. Where did I put that thing? I wanted to show y'all this thing that we made earlier. Where did I put it? I think I put it on my desk. Alright. So we're going to put the sign kind of in the middle. And all I'm going to do is take this wire. I'm going to move my mesh aside. I'm going to go right to where that frame is. And I'm just going to tie it around the frame. So. So if you see here, here's where I'm tying it on the frame right there. I just tie it, you know, 2 or 3 good times. And then I just trim it off. This is so much easier than the way I used to do it. I swear. I mean, I would try to get it through the mesh, and I don't know what I was doing. It would take me forever. I don't do that anymore. I go the quickest route. I just move the mesh aside with my hands, and I just go right down to the frame. But it's just so much easier. Move those ribbons just a little bit so we can still see them but get our sign in. Okay. I will tell you one trick: if you're using a sign and you're trying to keep it from falling down, tie it higher than the sign. Thank y'all. That's so sweet. Y'all, I've had such a cruddy day. I have had the worst day, but this just makes my day so much better. Just hanging out with y'all makes me feel a ton better. So I just appreciate it so much because it has just been that's exactly how I think about my day. However, I'm still thankful for it, even if it was kind of cruddy. Okay. I think, hey, you know what, Cheryl, I have one of those glitter sets left. I forgot to tell you. It's sitting in here. And I haven't even listed it. Okay. So now I'm just going to kind of pull up my ribbons a little bit. I'm going to make sure you can see them. Because they get kind of squashed as I'm trying to move around. Okay, there we go. So see, that's the whole point of getting that little curve in it, is so that you can almost like make them stand up and dance. That's what we'll say. There we go. Alright, so now we're going to put our little bow right down here. Ooh, I might have to work on these ribbons on the bottom. Okay. So I'll tie it right down here. I'm just kind of moving the mesh and going to the frame. Now I'm not going to tie it real tight because I don't want it to squash in. So I'll move the mesh and then I'll kind of put it back there so that my bow won't sink in. Thank you. Thank you, Tammy. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, sign is available. I did list the sign. I think we may even have a couple of the sign and ribbon sets left. So whenever I sell out of a wreath kit, I always list the sign. And if we have extra ribbons and stuff, I list those. If we have extra mesh, I list those. This is a little bit longer than I want, so I'm going to trim it off. Okay. There we go. And I'm just curling up my little 1.5 inch. These curl up really well. So you can just go at an angle, kind of pull it out a little. Just kind of do that. There we go. All right. And we're done. Whoops. Wait. I'm always going the wrong direction because it's the opposite of what I think it's going to be. Okay, I want to show y'all this thing. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Where'd I put it? Of course, now I'm not. Oh, there it is. Haha. I wanted to show y'all this little thing that we tried out today. Look, it's a keychain, and it says "Fluff and walk away." Oh, I couldn't stand it. It's so funny. Alright, well, I hope y'all like this. I loved how it turned out. I love the green, especially. It's such a springy color. A fur baby wreath. Okay. I will do that. I have a Mother's Day sign and ribbon set I think we're going to do. I haven't got to do a kit. Would y'all be interested in me doing a Mother's Day kit? Melinda, I would try. Have you tried looking at Hobby Lobby? Thank you. I know, didn't it turn out so cute? I thought it turned out awesome. All right, y'all. The little keychain? Yeah, we probably will. We were testing it out, but we probably will put them in there. The raised forms, they're just a couple dollars. I think they're like $2.50 is what I think they were when I bought them. Then, of course, you have your Dollar Tree frames, right? And then the tinsel ties. So one tinsel tie, I think will do more than a wreath, because you do, I can't remember exactly how much you measure out, but I'll look it up before I show y'all that. Okay? All right. Thank you. Y'all have a wonderful night. A birthday wreath. Ooh. We do have birthday signs. We sure do. We have birthday signs. But I'd be happy to make a birthday wreath. Oh, bush. I love you, a bushel and a peck. Oh, I love that. I love that idea. We'll have to do that. All right. Y'all have a great night. I'm going to go home and put an end on this day. All right. I'll see y'all. I'll have video up Friday, and then I'll see you guys on Sunday, if not before. Okay? Bye, y'all.